Erik Ten Hag is fighting to keep Sabitzer at Manchester United. A source that reported his arrival to Manchester United, that is Play Goal, has gone ahead to confirm to us that it's Erik Ten Hag still interested in signing the 29-year-old Austrian central midfielder known as Sabitzer. Good morning, guys. How are you guys? And where are you watching us from? Rock and David is my name. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, remember to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. I think you are liking the marathon because every morning I'm planning to always come up with one story such that it takes you throughout the morning time, and then afternoon I'm going to be returning with another one. Evening we come with one, then late in the night we come with one also, such that you guys can really have the best that you deserve onto this channel. We are discussing a little bit of Butland, the goalkeeper that we signed on loan from Crystal Palace. He has lots of helps for David De Gea, and a goalkeeper that is in the French Ligue 1, very much young, 21 years of age, French international, who is being linked to Manchester United. And lastly, Brandon Williams. United might get in some cash and obviously see this player go out on a loan and then with an option to buy to Serie A. So smash the like button, guys, close to 100 times as you really get deep into the mix of the transfer news that is being brought to you by Rock and David onto the United Matters channel. Now let's go, eyes. Sabitzer. Bayern's price valuation for Sabitzer is up to 25 million euros in the summer. Contract running out in 2025. Manchester United is still interested in signing him permanently, but at this stage there is no development in talks or negotiations because of the club's ownership, which is still uncertain. That is Sky Germany Play Goal. Play Goal was the man responsible for revealing to us this deal of Sabitzer to Manchester United. He broke the story that Manchester United have gone ahead to agree a deal with Bayern Munich to get in Sabitzer. Why did we get in Sabitzer? Because Henriksen was injured, Donny van de Beek was injured, and Casemiro was suspended. I think was not suspended. That weekend that Sabitzer comes in through, that's when he gets his first red card in his entire career at Old Trafford, when he really got hold of Hughes by his neck and was really red carded. So that's why United went in for a player known as Sabitzer. Sabitzer came in through. He has gone ahead to play 11 Premier League games, UEFA Europa League games, I think there are 3. FA Cup has gone ahead to play like 3 games. So he has gone ahead to play a total of 20 games at Manchester United. That is Sabitzer for you. And United is still interested in signing the player because Ten Hag loves the quality in the player. And the price is really insane. If I told you to get in Sabitzer 25 million euros, that is 20 million pounds, that's really a very good amount of money. One, he's a quality player. Sabitzer is better than Fred, is better than Scott McTominay. You know, to me, I believe he's better than even Eriksen because he does everything that Eriksen does, but he's a workaholic on that field of play. He runs like a headless chicken, and people are judging him this season that is not going to impress. But to me, I think he's going to impress. If at all you remember that game of Leeds that we drew 2-2, who is responsible for the equalizer that we get in through Marcus Rashford's header? He's the guy. In the next weekend, we played Leeds, and after playing Leeds, as we're playing Leeds, we reached an 80th minute without scoring. He does some intricate passing in the midfield and then goes for a switch of play onto the blind side. Luke Shaw brought in the cross and Marcus Rashford headed the ball in the back of the net. That is Sabitzer. His quality is unmatched. If Atleti has been playing like that without taking part into the preseason, what do you think is going to be if at all he takes part in the preseason with Manchester United, he gets to know these players very well, and obviously comes in to compete? So, to me, I understand what Ten Hag is all about. He wants to get in players early enough. That's it. Because he knows the uncertainty of the takeover. Though we've got a story coming in from the Independent that the Glazers might announce the new owner of Manchester United this Friday, but even if they announce the new owner, there are still lots of layers that they are supposed to go through to really get full ownership. That's it. And don't think that when Sheikh Jassim Al Thani or Sir Jim Ratcliffe is announced as the new owner of Manchester United, the next week he'll be willing to dish out money. There will be lots of things that he needs to clear out. Like you saw Chelsea. Chelsea, they completed their takeover towards the end of March, but they made their first signing in July. So for us, we are completing the full sale of Manchester United towards the end of May, and you expect us to sign a player in June. Unless otherwise, these players like Sabitzer, £20 million, Rabiot on a free, those are players we can go ahead and really sign. And if the Glazers go in for a full sale, I don't know whether the £100 million that has been put there to go in and really making signings is going to stay there, because they might walk away with their money and say, all right, we are walking out with this money too. Let the new owner come in through and obviously put in the money that he deserves to spend, or that the club is really waiting in for, because these Glazers are really greedy. They can go with that amount of money. So people have not even gone onto that narrative, They can go onto that money. A man who went ahead to spend £500,000 to travel to Wembley for the two finales that the women's team played in the FA Cup and we played into the Carabao Cup finale. You cannot tell me that he can leave us with that money to spend if at all he does a full sale to Sheikh Jassim Al Thani. So it shows you how ugly it might get for Manchester United. That's why Ten Hag is wanting these players that he has already seen, that he has already seen and proven. Sabitzer, £20 million, he's fighting to keep him amid him getting any injury that is going to hate to keep him out until the end of the season. But to me, I've seen what Sabitzer can do to this club of Manchester United. The other point is, he is being versatile, He can play as a CDM, he can play in the double pivot, he can play as a central defense midfielder, he can play as a false number 9, he can play as a left forward, he can play as a right forward. So, with such a player on the field of play, and you have him in your team, and he's really a quality player, I don't see the reason as to why you would love to lose such a player. And I think Ten Hag has seen the qualities of Sabitzer and what he adds to his team. That's why he wants to keep him at Manchester United. And he's a dead ball specialist and a set piece specialist. That is Sabitzer for you. And his experience is really huge when you compare him to what we're having at Manchester United. I've seen some pundits coming out and really saying or insinuate that he has not gone ahead to improve. He has not gone to show that he needs to start Manchester United. This player has benched Fred and Scott McTominay. That's it. He has kept them out. I think there's some people who daydream that Rome can be built in one day. Rome cannot be built in one day. You cannot just elevate from Fred and Scott McTominay to Jude Bellingham. That's hard. That's hard because we are really having problems at Manchester United, takeover problems, convincing those players to come in at Manchester United. The project of United is really on and off. Our history of really sacking managers in 3 years is still haunting us. We are still having lots of things to rectify. That's why Ten Hag doesn't want to go on and really hurry and fidget. No, he knows that to build a team, it takes time. Look at Pep Guardiola, 7 years at City. I think has found himself to build that team for 7 years. And people want to compare United to Manchester City, yet Man City has been having the same manager for the last 8 years. So, we just have to first rectify these things, the ownership status. Let's have a manager who can be at Manchester United for very many years. Then, we can earn trust from quality players to come to this side. And I think Ten Hag hinted about it that we were really having a bad spell last season, but this season, players really want to come to Manchester United, and players of huge quality, and it's going to hate to promise to us to really throw in those players at Manchester United. That is Sabitzer for you. Ten Hag is fighting to keep him at the club of Manchester United. Now, Butland, the assistant goalkeeper or second choice goalkeeper of Manchester United, has gone ahead and said, I've watched David De Gea for a long time, and he's a fantastic goalkeeper. It's very nice to work with him. He's been great with me since I arrived. he's helped me and I enjoyed working with him. And by the way, for your information, Ten Hag wants to keep Butland. He wants to sign him permanently, but Rangers is wanting to sign the player also on a permanent deal. So Ten Hag needs to convince Butland to go in and really stay at Manchester United. But as he's trying to keep Butland at the club of Manchester United, there is another goalkeeper that we're going to hate to be linked to, and he goes by the names of Lucas Chevalier. He has caught the eye of Manchester United scouts, and they are now closely monitoring his performances. If at all you go on and re-look at his clips and his stats, he's really a very good goalkeeper at shot stopping. That's it. And at the age of 21, I think he's ready to come in through and obviously be an understudy for David De Gea. Now, when you look at him, he has gone ahead to keep 10 clean sheets this season. And the most important bit of it is about his passing, you know. He averages a 0.2 assist. He makes 3.6 touches per 90. One big chance per 90. So accurate passes per game, 70%. In the own half, 90%. Opposition half, 23%. But we all know that the goalkeeper always makes those passes through his half. That's it. So when you look at this guy, he's really great and important. When you look at his saves, that's going to hate to make. On average, he concedes 1 goal per game. He saves 1 out of 3 penalties. He makes 2.5 saves per game. 3 saves per game. That is 72%, you know. So he has found himself making 74 saves in the entire season so far, and he has really gone ahead to put in performances that Ten Hag and his scouts are really monitoring to bring him at Manchester United. And if at all we deliver him at the club of Manchester United, that will be something great for me, because I want us to bring in an understudy goalkeeper that is willing to be the backup of David De Gea. That's it. But he's a very good goalkeeper, 21 years of age. He was born and bred in France, and he's going to have to play 30 league games for Lille this season. It shows you how good this goalkeeper is. So we've been linked to very many goalkeepers, but you've seen that there is a common factor on all the goalkeepers we've gone ahead to link to. They are all in the age of 20, 21. There is one of Anderlecht who plays in Belgium, 20 years of age. There is that one of Borussia Dortmund, is like 23 years of age. Now there is this Chevalier goalkeeper, Lille, 21 years of age, meaning that Ten Hag looks like wants to get in a goalkeeper who is still not a finished article, but a goalkeeper who is willing to act as an understudy for David De Gea, and I think we'll get some playing time, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and some Premier League games. Ten Hag might really get him in to play part into the season of Manchester United. So that is it. United eyeing another goalkeeper, and is really a Frenchman playing in for Lille. Now, as I was excited yesterday, I told you that United has bad history on offloading players. We are having close to 10 players that we are supposed to offload and really get in money to spend in the summer, but we don't know at what time is this offload going to get done and dusted. Now, we've been told by Tutto Marketo Web from Italy about Brandon Williams that Fiorentina want to sign Brandon Williams on loan with an option to buy for 5 million euros. I would welcome this sale of Brandon Williams because he's earning 50 grand per week. You know, that is 200 grand per month, making it close to 3 million pounds per year. So getting him off really reduces our wage burden. That's it. And getting in some amount of money for him, because he's a player who graduated from the academy. Even if you get 5 million euros, you know, it's easy for you to go on. But the problem I have with this deal is simple. The board of Manchester United, they cannot allow to sell Brandon Williams for 5 million euros. That's it. They cannot. I think they value him at around 15 million pounds. That's it. So this is why I see this deal hitting a dead end. But I think the attraction of Fiorentina coming in through and obviously saying we want him on a loan, it can work out for Manchester United. Loan Brandon Williams there to Fiorentina, puts in a very good performance, and then you can get the amount of money you want out of him, because I know he's a very good player, but he has not gotten enough playing time. Even when he was loaned to Norwich, he found himself in a position of not convincing the manager to stay that side, and obviously he came back at United towards the start of the preseason. He got an injury that has kept him out for so long. You never know, he would have gotten himself a loan towards the start of the season, but that was impossible because it never came to pass as he wanted. So guys, your thoughts on to Ten Hag fighting to keep Sabitzer are welcome in the comment section below. Remember, this story has been confirmed by a man who first reported that United is signing Sabitzer, that is Pletigol. And tell us your thoughts about Botland hailing hailing David De Gea, and the 21-year-old French goalkeeper who plays for Lille, known as Lucas Chevalier, that has gone ahead to catch the eye of United scouts. Is he going to be coming in? Would you go in for a 21-year-old keeper coming through? That's it. And Brandon Williams, what are your thoughts about him? Do you think he's going to be sold or loaned? And would United accept 5 million euros? If at all you know them? That's what we had for you here onto the United Matters channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. Good morning. We cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. Rock and David remains my name. And may the Lord enlighten your day. I'm out.